Thank you for joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching Seer One from. Here in Nigeria is afternoon already. I'll encourage you to share the broadcast. Like I promised you that every Tuesday, I'm going to be here to speak to you live. Every Tuesday is my office day. I spend my Tuesday at the office attending to people that have come from all over the world. But before I do that, I like to address you, talk to you, speak with you, teach you one or two things before I proceed meeting the people, my visitors that have come from all over the world. If you have joined this broadcast, quickly share the broadcast. If you are following Seer One because you need blessing from the God of Seer One, when you join the broadcast, you share the broadcast. Share the broadcast on your page. Share the broadcast in the WhatsApp groups where you belong. Share the broadcast even on your WhatsApp status. Share the broadcast anywhere. Invite many people to come and they listen to Seer One. And God of Seer One is going to bless you. Someone say, I love your preaching. God bless you. Because you did. Perfect. So share the broadcast quickly, share the broadcast quickly, share the broadcast quickly. Where are you watching me from? Are you watching me from Nigeria or from Zambia? 99% of my followers on this page are from Zambia. And the people of Zambia are saying, Seer One, when are you coming? Very, very soon I will be with you, because people of Zambia, this page is like your home. Followed by the people of Nigeria and the people of Botswana and so on and so forth. So may God bless you anywhere you are. May God bless you abundantly anywhere you are. We have a very, very interesting topic to treat today. But before I do that, please, if you have just joined us, share the broadcast quickly, share the broadcast. Let's get to 1,000 and then we proceed immediately. We are not wasting time. I have only but a few minutes to stay with you here to teach you one or two things that will open your eyes. Let me tell you this. Many people, when they watch Seer One for the first time, when they hear about Seer One, majority of the people, and Seer One does not believe in Jesus. Seer One is not a Christian. Seer One is a Satanist. Seer One is this, Seer One is that. You must have a great understanding before you follow Seer One and understand Seer One. You don't just wake up and start following and start making conclusion. You must follow me and start learning. I was reading a comment today where somebody said, but Seer One, you don't believe in Jesus, but you preach very well about Jesus. I laugh. We never had that discussion before where I told you that I don't believe in Jesus. It's misconception. So this is one of the reasons why I said most of the accusations that we are giving our forefathers, our ancestors, are false accusations. These are things that never happened. Things that never existed. People just rose up and make the accusation and made the accusation. And today we are holding on to those accusations. You know, that's one of the things that we are going to be treating today. But before I do that, last week I was giving an advice to former president of Zambia, President Edgar Lungu. I was giving him a very good advice. And his cadres, his members are all over. Seer one is a betrayer. Seer one has taken money from UPND. Now he wants to fight Edgar Lungu. Seer one is fighting Edgar Lungu. Seer one does not like Edgar Lungu. Seer one, because UPND gave him money. That's why he's fighting Edgar Lungu. Look, when, as in my level, at my level, I don't fight something that does not have life. At my level, I cannot fight an opposition party in Zambia or anywhere in Nigeria. It's just like here where we are, Labour Party loses election, then I start fighting them. What am I fighting them for? Then it's not a fight. It makes me a coward. If I start fighting Edgar Lungu today, we have fought already. I defeated him. So when he was a president, when he had so much power, we fought. I defeated him. So why must I rise again and fight him today? It makes me a coward. I don't fight opposition. I don't fight people who are not in power. I fight the government. If there must be a fight that will happen again between me and the government of Zambia, it's the UPND government. It's the party that is in government. So that when I win, I have, people will respect me. People will say, he fought with the government and he won the government. I cannot rise up and start fighting a battle that I won already. I'm not fighting Edgar Lungu. I didn't fight Edgar Lungu. I only fight government. Government that is in power. That is what I fight. Because I'm Seer one. I'm done of power. I'm not a coward. I'm not like that other guy that inherited things from his father that is fighting the opposition. No, I fight the ruling party. When I'm fighting with you and they win you, why must I continue fighting? That advice that I gave to Edgar Lungu was an advice that came from a brother, was an advice that came from a man that mean well for the people. President Hakainde Hichilema cannot function well if he doesn't have a strong opposition. The UPND government cannot wake up and do the right thing if they don't have opposition. What is the work of opposition? Opposition brings in check and balances. Why giving the check and balances? There is pressure that is coming from them going to the government. If government is sleeping, because of that pressure, they wake up and start doing the right thing. So I've looked at it. The opposition in Zambia is not strong enough to fight the government. How are they going to come up and become strong enough to fight the government? Number one, they must come together as one so that they can give a proper check and balances to the government, so that they can fight the government. PF alone cannot do it as it is now. If it was then when PF was still together before Edgar Lungu destroyed it with greediness, if they went for a convention and elected a leader and said, this is our leader, by now, UPND was going to be in fire. Because PF had people, anyway, they still have people on the ground. They still have a lot of people on the ground. They are just a party without a leader. So if that election, if that conference went on and they elected a leader as PF, they were going to proceed. And they were really going to destroy UPND. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I myself was even afraid because PF was not dying. It is the first time in the history of Zambia where a party loses power and their leaders are not joining the ruling party. They were intact. Up to now, they are still intact. They are not going to the ruling party. They are not even going to any other party. They are still intact. It means if they had a leader, they were going to come back. Somebody say, Mao Sampa, please don't mention that idiot. That guy is nothing. He's a mad person. It's even a mad person who will look at Mao Sampa and say, I will support this person. Who are you supporting? You are supporting a lunatic. Somebody that doesn't even know his left and right. So how is it? Let me tell you this. Zambia is a country. And if you look at the current president of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema, is a wise man, because he acquired a lot of wealth, and his life and the way he does things, you can see that there is a standard. He can be the president. When you look at Edgar Lungu was a lawyer. Even if he was deceived by criminals, he was deceived by so many people. Edgar Lungu was a wise man. He was wise. It's just that he came in, power overshadowed him. And because power corrupt, he became corrupt and is fallen. If you look at the next person and other people that are coming, bring them, Brian Mundibile, Dr. Fred Membe, you can see that these guys are wise. And most of these guys that are now competing, they want to take over power. You can see that these guys are wise. But compare them to Mao Sampa. Mao Sampa is a lunatic, he's a mad person. I still have not restored him. I'm telling you the gospel truth. That guy, his brain is still not okay. I've not restored him. So if you think that a madman will lead you, a madman will, where is he leading you to? That guy cannot even go to Copper Belt to go and mobilize the party that he stole. He can't go. He can't even come out in Matero and hold a rally. So how do you trust a lunatic? So don't mention that guy on my post. That guy is not a human being. I'm talking about important thing. And this is being a president. It's a serious issue. You can't carry a whole presidency and give to a mad person. What is Mao Sampa going to? What does he know? His uncle, who was President Michael Sata, when he was in power, didn't even make him a minister. Because Sata knew that he was a madman. He didn't make him a minister. He made him a deputy minister. Deputy minister is like a vice president. These guys are just there to say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, so clap your hand for the president. That's what they do. They don't have power. They don't have authority. They don't have decision making. So Sata took Mao Sampa, his own brother, his own nephew, his own blood. He took him and reduced him to a deputy minister. Then Zambia as a country want to carry the lunatic and make him a president. So it's not possible. So remove that guy. PF has died with Mao Sampa. PF is not coming back. Mao Sampa has killed PF. So the advice I was giving Edgar Lungu is that I was scolding him. And I was telling him, form an alliance. Come together. When you come together, you have power to challenge UPND. If you don't challenge UPND, the government is going to go to sleep. And when the government go to sleep, there is no one challenging them. Who suffer? The citizens suffer. So that's why I was saying form alliance. And I'm happy because he has heard the advice. I'm happy because he has understood what I'm talking about. But people who do not understand anything, they will everywhere fighting. Seer one has been paid by UPND to attack Edgar Lungu. Seer one has been paid by UPND to destroy Edgar Lungu. I have destroyed Edgar Lungu already. We fought. Complete 2 years running battle. I defeated him. So why must I continue fighting him? I'm not Simon that fight. I'm not a coward. If there must be a fight that will take place anytime, it must be between me and the UPND, not Edgar Lungu, not the opposition. So having said that, I'm glad that they have learned and they are coming together. And when they come together, like I told you in 2025, that is when all of us are going to see politics. That is when all of us are going to see our true colors. So those of you that were attacking me, calling me bad name, accusing me of stealing money from UPND, I explained, getting money from UPND and keeping quiet, I explained to you the reason why I didn't proceed with the life. I explained to you the reason why I did not proceed with the life. So I believe that you understand me. It's not because I was bribed. No one has the power. No one has the capacity to bribe me. Because I say the truth. Even in the ministry, the way I do my preaching, even in the ministry, the way I do my work, even in Christianity, in this religion where we find ourselves, you can see that I don't fear anybody. I say what I want to say, so long as it is right, I say it. So if I don't fear people, why must I come and start if I don't fear to say the truth in church, why must I come and fear to say the truth because of politics? So it was a friendly advice that I gave. And to me, I'm happy when I saw the press briefing that they had, the alliance. Now, they need to now go and start talking to Dr. Fred Membe, Harry Kalaba, Haivi Hamdudu, and others. They must come together and unite. In 2025, they bring out a candidate that will challenge a church. That is when politics will begin. Understand what I'm talking about? That's when politics will begin. And for those of you in UPND that have gone to bed and are sleeping right now, I don't have a word for you. But time is coming, and that time is going to be too late. All I'm telling you is that wake up. Wake up. Your enemy is not PF. Please push Mao Sampa away. Push that guy away. Don't give him attention. Don't give him resources. That guy, even if PF was to come and contest election today alone, they would not win. Leave Mao Sampa. Mao Sampa is distracting you, UPND, from doing the right thing. The challenge you are going to have in the election in 2026 is not PF. That you must know. It's not PF. The challenge that you are going to have in 2026 is the alliance. If there is anything you have to do right now, is to wake up and start doing the right thing. Is to wake up and rebuild the economy. Is to wake up and feed people. Make sure that you have eradicated hunger. Make sure that you have reduced the price of fuel. Make sure that you have reduced. It's even better you remove free education and reduce the price of fuel. I don't want to go deeper on this. Time is coming for this, not now. But I am telling you, wake up. If you don't know, let me tell you something that you don't know. Between Edgar Lungu and Dr. Fred Membe, who must you be scared of? It's not Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu is now, he will be a political godfather. If he doesn't want to listen to me, he say he want to appear on the ballot. I will tell you that he will not appear on the ballot. If he accepts to become a political godfather, that is danger to UPND. Edgar Lungu still has following. Millions of following. People are still listening to him. If you permit me today, or if you want to argue with me, permit Edgar Lungu to hold a rally without a political party. Tell him to hold a rally at Mandevu. Tell him to fill up Hero Stadium. I swear, he will do it. The guy has following, but he will not stand. Anybody he support will have that following. That is why you must wake up. Not just waking up. Wake up and take care of your members. Currently, you don't have people that will campaign for you. Maybe you don't know. Let me also help you. I think by you watching this clip, you can learn one or two things. UPND, you don't have people that will campaign for you. Your ministers are not in touch with the people. Not just the people that voted for them. They are not in touch with their members. I said it, I was fighting that time. So the moment they were elected and President HH appointed them, immediately they changed their numbers. They disconnected themselves from their friends. They disconnected themselves from the people that sponsored the party. They disconnected themselves from people that campaign for HH. I know thousands of youths. If I open my WhatsApp, you will cry. I know thousands of youths that sacrificed their life to give HH protection when PF wanted to kill him. All of them are still crying to me today. All of them are still waiting for direction today. If you do not go back to these people and take care of them, in 2026, it will be very difficult for you to go through. You should be scared, not for PF, not for Edgar Lungu. You should be worried about Dr. Fred Membe. That guy, let me give you an example of what is happening. You see a rat. When a rat enters in a bag of rice or in a bag of beans and go inside that bag of rice and go inside that bag of beans and start eating it from there, you will not know. The owner of the rice is going to think to say, everything is okay. The rat is eating the beans inside. You are not aware. The owner will say, oh, my bag of beans is intact. My bag of rice is intact. The owner will not even care. The owner will not bother. But time will come when it's too late. When the half of the beans would have been eaten. That is when you wake up. This is what Dr. Fred Membe is doing right now in Zambia. Dr. Fred Membe is eating UPND like a rat inside a bag of beans. Almost all the people that are aggrieved are running to him. You may not see this now, but next year you will see what I'm talking about. It will be a revolution. I'm telling UPND people to say, wake up. When you see things going wrong like this, I see people now saying what is happening in Zambia. The petrol fuel in price in Zambia is the same as Zimbabwe. It's the same as Dubai. It's the same as London. It's the same. These are the things that we campaigned against. We fought. I remember when Chishimba Kamburi said it's global. We fought against that. We stood against that. Why is UPND using the same narrative? HH, you are not aware. Most of the people that you have employed, most of the people that you have given position, most of the people that you have appointed do not love you. And they don't want you to continue. And they are deceiving you. They are telling you that there is no opposition party that will unseat you in 2026. I want to let you know that they are lying and they are cheating. Tell them to go back and they take care of, number one, the party structure. Number two, the people that voted for them. There are some of your MPs from the day they were sworn in the parliament, they have never visited their constituencies. This is the first time in the history of Zambia where ministers are very unpopular. If you can ask yourself, who is the minister of this? Who is the minister of that? Only few ministers are known. Others are hiding. You can even, when PF was in power, when they say the minister of this, oh, you know. The minister of this, oh, you know. The minister of this, oh, you know. Because they were everywhere. They were talking to the people. They were meeting the people. Your own people, the people that you employed, once you gave them an appointment, they changed their phone number and they started hiding. They started hiding. They don't want to have anything to do with the people. They don't even want to meet the people. When their members, their friends visit them at the office, they are hiding. Why are you hiding? So I want you to look at this. To me, personally, I don't want you to cry. Because I know what it took us to put you there. But the people that you have given job are doing everything possible to make you cry. If the alliance succeeds in 2025 and they do the right thing, they are going to remove you. I don't want that to happen, but by the grace of God, I pray that your people wake up. So this is not why I came here today. I came here for another thing. I was just clearing the air. The people that were saying all sorts of evil things about me, attacking me. I know I don't have problem with anybody in Zambia. anymore, from the ruling party to the opposition. I don't have problem with anybody. I was just giving a friendly advice for the betterment of the government and for the betterment of the opposition. Now, taking me to the topic of today. Taking me to the topic of today. Last Tuesday, I was telling you that our people were brainwashed and they don't know anything about us and our ancestors. I gave you an example. I have a child, and that child now go to church with me. That child is a member of my church. He was born and he was brought to this earth by me, being a prophet. And because he has grown, he is not using his brain to choose between Christian and Muslim, who is right, who is wrong. He became a Christian because he was born by a Christian father. He started going to church because his father is a prophet. He doesn't have a choice. This is exactly what happened to so many of you. Before you became a Christian, you had not tested Christianity and Muslim. You didn't choose between Christianity and Muslim. You became a Christian because your father was a Christian or your mother was a Christian or because you are born in a Christian family. You didn't test. That's why personally to me, you can never hear me condemning a Muslim person. You can never hear me saying Muslims will go to hell. Because I have never tested Muslim. I have not been there before. I cannot condemn what I don't know. I will only condemn what I've experienced. Are you getting what I'm saying? I don't condemn this. I don't condemn that. Anything that I've not tested, I don't condemn it. Christians were brought here on earth, many of them, because their parents were Christians. They didn't have a choice but to follow the path of the parents. This is also what happened. What you heard from them is what you are put in practice. That is why when white people came to Africa and met our ancestors, they made sure that the first thing they did was to change their thinking faculty. Follow this, what I'm telling you very, very well. I'm about to conclude. I'm not going to waste your time. When they came, they found our forefathers doing very, very well. They found our ancestors doing very, very well. When I say doing very, very well, they were doing very well in everything. They had life. They were strong. They had wealth. They had gold. They had so many things. They made them not poor. They made them doing very, very well. And when they came to them, they saw them worshiping all kinds of things. In all those worshiping, they believed that they were trying to reach God. Follow this very, very well. They were trying to reach God. Like so many of you, when you are sick, you get anointing water, holy water, and apply it on yourself. You are not worshiping the holy water, but through that holy water, you want to reach God for your healing. Are you following what you are doing now? Like many of you, when you are sick, you leave your house and go to the bush to pray. God is not in the bush, but through the bush, you want to reach God. Are you following what you are saying? There are so many of you, like I was preaching on Sunday, when you are sick, you have a calendar of Jesus, a man that painted called Jesus in your house. You go there, you kneel down and say, Father, heal me. They are doing that, or you are doing that, not worshiping the calendar, but you believe that through the calendar, you are going to reach God. Before you do that, you already believe that there is God. Are you following where we are going? If you are just joining, share the broadcast quickly. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. There is something I want to teach you. We'll learn here. Many of you thought that our forefathers were worshiping evil. Our forefathers were worshiping mommy water. Our forefathers were worshiping papa water. Our forefathers were worshiping this, we are worshiping that. No! I want to show you who our forefathers were worshiping. The reason why they were rich, the reason why they were wealthy, is an ignorant person that says our forefathers were poor. So I told you that I was listening to a man, a grown-up man. He must be in his 60s, talking nonsense about our ancestors. He was saying, you people that are saying, let's go back to our root. Your grandfather, they were not rich. Your grandfather, they were poor. Your forefathers, they were lacking. They were doing this. They were not poor. They were not lacking. Everything, 90% of the things that you are seeing abroad today, we are built using the wealth that was stolen from Africa. Let me repeat. 90% of the wealth, 90% of the wealth that you see abroad today, that you see in America, that you see in London, that you see in France, they were stolen from Africa here. So we are not poor. Africa has never been poor. Our ancestors were never poor. If you check the diamond in Queen Elizabeth's head here, that diamond was gotten from Africa. If it was there in Europe, why didn't they get it? It's not there. It's here. We are blessed. God loves us. God favored us. But all of a sudden, we missed it somewhere. There is a news that is coming out now that Bill Gates Foundation, together with his friend in America, has discovered the largest copper deposit in Zambia. Largest copper deposit in Zambia. Largest copper deposit. The largest. God is not a fool. These guys are coming from America. They are looking for copper here in Africa. Why? Because God loves Africa. Why did God love Africa? Because our ancestors were very good people. If they were bad people, if they were worshiping mommy water, if they were worshiping this, God will never bless us with such mineral resources. That copper is not in America. If it was there in America, they would not come to Africa to get it. Everything, every good thing, come to Nigeria. Anywhere you dig, there is an oil deposit. Shell, BP, all these Western oil companies are surviving because of the oil that they are getting from Nigeria. If God hated Africa, we can never have those resources. God loves Africa. God loves our ancestors. That is why he blessed us with those resources. Our gods, our forefathers, we are not serving idols. Just like you, a Roman Catholic member, in your house today, you have the image of Mary. Maybe you have a very small one like this. You have a very small one like this. Or you have a very big one. If you go to so many Roman Catholic churches, you will see where they make a very big image of Mary. Sometimes they put it on top of the roof. And any time that their member have problem or want to make confession or so forth and so on, they go to that image, they kneel down and they pray from that image. I have heard that you do not worship that image. You do not worship that Mary. You do not worship that thing that is modeled. But rather, you are through that thing, you are using it to get to God. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That's why when you have problem, you leave your bed. You leave your comfortable house. You run to where they modeled Mary, that white lady, and kneel down there and pray and say, Father, Mary, Mother of God, talk to Jesus on our behalf, talk to God on our behalf to bless us. But a person that is doing that will never come back and say, I'm worshiping idol. But our forefathers were called idol worshippers because they could go to a tree and kneel down from that tree, and they do what is called a cantation, libation, a cultural prayer. This my son, as you are living today, ekubiemo tawo ori market, oga adregema is kenyo ojo no na. As you are going, you will not have accident. Is where is the bath in there? If you can go to Mary, an image that is molded, and kneel down and pray, what will stop you from going to a tree and kneel down and speak and talk to God from there? So people came and they saw our forefathers. When they want to pour libation, when they want to pray, they go to the tree and they pour drink and they go, they speak. As as we have seen the day, make good thing come to us, make something nice come to us, make goodness come to us, make success come to us. He said, finish. Why people saw them doing that? They say, you are worshiping idol. Now, a few days later, the same white people went to their land, brought an image, a white woman's image, and said, this is the Mary, the one that gave birth to your Savior. You can worship this one, but don't worship this one. Are you getting what I'm saying? So people that are worshiping Mary today find it evil to worship a tree in their house. Why? If a white man comes to Africa and tell us now, because we are fools, if a white man comes and tell us to say, now for you to reach God, you must speak through the tree, everybody will believe it because he's a white. Everybody will believe because a white man spoke. So a white man asks you to stop worshiping the tree and tell you to start worshiping the image of Mary. Is it not the same idol that you are serving? It's the same idol. So they came, they condemned what they saw our forefathers doing, and they introduced another thing. The same thing and the similar thing. Now they started now writing stories about our forefathers. Fake stories. When I was growing up, my father used to be a prophet in a white garment church. And to me, I was with him from when I was a baby. I never left him. I know him. I understand that he's a very, very good man. It's just that he's very powerful. He has so much spiritual powers. But he never killed anybody. He never stole from anybody. Everything that he did was perfect. But when I was growing up, he told me, okay, now you have grown, you understand all the spiritual things. Go to Bible school so that you can acquire the knowledge of the Bible. So that when you start, you understand where to touch and where not to touch. He used his money to pay for my Bible school. And I went to Bible school. Brother, you know what happened in the Bible school? When I arrived at the Bible school, I started facing condemnation. People that know my father as a white garment prophet. That is evil. He's coming from evil foundation. Oh, he's coming from that demonic church. Oh, he's coming from that. They painted him so black. Now, if I didn't know him, if he was not my father, I would take it exactly how they told me. And I'll run with it. When I give birth to children, I will tell them, you see that man, he's a white garment prophet. He's a killer. He's a destroyer. He's a thief. My children will take exactly what I told them. That is what is called generational information transfer. That is how white people manage to destroy us. They transferred information. That's why I was fighting people that we are fighting TB Joshua. The narrative that the white people are pushing It's the narrative that our children and grandchildren will take when they grow. When you talk about TB Joshua, they say, oh, that rapist. Oh, that one that was molesting women. Oh, that is what white people want. And it must continue from generation to generation to generation. It doesn't only happen in Christianity. It also happened in leadership. The late president of Tanzania, when he took over power, they approached him. They said, come, let us give you money. Let's borrow money to you or lend you money to develop your country. President Magufuli said, I don't need any money from IMF. I don't need any money from white people. The resources in my country can sustain my country. If they call him to attend a meeting, he refused. He was in power as a president. I can't remember how many times he left his country to travel to another man's country. When they realized that, say, this president mean well for Africa, what happened? The man is dead. Be following the people that brought Bible to us. So the former president of Libya, General Muammar Gaddafi, he came and he told white people, he said, white people, please keep your money. We have resources in Africa. We can take care of ourselves. We have the wealth. We have the oil. If you go to Congo, they have the gold. If you go to Zambia, they have the copper. What do we need your money for? With the money we have, we can develop ourselves. And they call all the presidents in Africa. He said, let's make one currency and start behaving like brothers and sisters. And let's build our continent. White people saw it. Oh, so you want to develop Africa? We are going to show you. What did they do? They killed him. How many of them am I going to mention? How many of them am I going to mention? If you go to a beautiful country like Zimbabwe, a country of gold, imagine a country that has gold, but you cannot manage to sell the gold. White people have placed a ban on them, saying no one will buy the gold from you. What did they do? They did absolutely nothing to white people. But because they don't want Africa to develop. Like now, I thank God because the veil of religion is leaving so many people. We have been talking. People are waking up. People are rising. Say, oh, this is lie. Oh, this is true. Oh, this is what they wanted. People are waking up. Now they have run to religion. Now they have run to politics. Every blessed year, while people are bringing back the money that General Sani Abacha looted, how much was Nigeria having? You know what they do? Now that Tinubu came into power, they want a relationship with Tinubu. They want to prove to Tinubu that we love you. They are now bringing money. No, Abacha left how many million? We have discovered it. We brought it back. Bringing it back to make a relationship with the current government of Nigeria. Let this government leave. They will bring another set of money to the next government that will come. They control our government. They teach our government officials how to steal, how to carry our money and bring to their country to develop their country. That's why those of you, it's only in Africa that people are in a haste to go to heaven. I'm telling you that it's only in Africa. I have traveled to so many countries on earth. It's only in Africa that people want to go to heaven by fire, by force. Up to today, I told you on news, check your news, white people that introduced heaven to us has gone to the land of Zambia and discovered the biggest copper mine, the biggest copper reserve. They will not loot that copper, carry the money, go to their country and develop their country. They are busy building their heaven here on earth. Africa is the one that want to go to heaven. White man don't want to go to heaven. They don't care about heaven. They are making their own country heaven. If you have been to New York, if you have been to Los Angeles, you understand what I'm talking about. They are making their country heaven. But us, that we are told, we are told that there is heaven. No one has ever seen heaven. No one has ever seen hell. We carry it on our head. You can see the poor of the poorest that is sleeping in the church 24 hours because he wants to go to heaven. He's poor. He wants to go to heaven. But the people that introduce heaven to us are building heaven here on earth. If you go to Israel today, there is a drum that is called iron drum. There is a drum that is called iron drum. According to the Bible, Israel is the one that gave us the Messiah. Meaning, if there is anyone that must be in a haste to go to heaven, it must be Israel. But they don't want to go to heaven. They have developed here on earth an iron drum. That if you throw missile, if you throw bomb from anywhere in the world, the iron drum will capture it. They don't want to die because they don't want to go to heaven. But they want us to go to heaven. They want us to die. They are telling us that people of Africa, people of God, there is nothing here on earth. This earth is useless. This earth is what. Just don't worry. You will go to heaven. When you go to heaven, you enjoy. Them, they said that introduce heaven to us. They don't want to go to heaven. They don't want to go to heaven at all. They don't say heaven is the goal. We are the one that carry it on our head. Coming to where I'm talking about. Our ancestors were not worshiping demons. Now, because of what our children, this generation children are reading, we think that our ancestors were worshiping mommy water. That is why you see a very beautiful lady. A lady that must go to school and learn and get a job. Or if not even getting a job, a lady that must go and do business, very beautiful. In the morning, is going to wear white and wear bead everywhere and start going to the river. When he goes to the river, he will carry chicken. He will carry goat. Some will carry cow. When they go to the river, they throw all those things there and say they are worshiping mommy water because our ancestors were worshiping mommy water. Who told you? If our ancestors were throwing chicken, goat, cow in the rivers, we are not going to have any river today. Do you know that in Igbo land today, our rivers are disappearing? I am coming from Amozari, Isialambano local government. In that Amozari, Isialambano local government, we had the best stream. It's called Umagurinhe River. I'm from Umagurinhe, Amozari. Umagurinhe River. That river was one of the best rivers. One of the best rivers in Nigeria. No matter how dry the country becomes, that river will still produce water. And the water was best, purified naturally by God. But you know what is happening? Our boys wake up today. A lady that say, I serve mommy water, I want to give you wet, I want to give you riches, will carry them. They will buy goat, they will buy chair, they will buy coconut, they will buy things. And they go, they are throwing it in that river. The more you throw it in that river, the more the river is shrinking. Now the river is very dirty. The river has been polluted. Just a proof that our forefathers were not serving mommy water. Our forefathers were not serving demons. Our forefathers were not serving all these ancestors they were talking about. If they were serving them, by now, we would not have even a single water to drink. We inherited those water because our forefathers kept those waters clean. Go and see what is happening. Go to your village and see if you find rivers. Rivers are disappearing. Rivers are becoming dirty. Because people go to river, they kill chicken. They say our forefathers were serving this thing. Our foremothers, it's not our culture. Serving mommy water is not our culture. Serving this and that is not our culture. When we talk about going to our culture, embracing our culture, we are not telling you to go and start kwawalaja. Those things does not work. You are polluting the rivers. Men and women of God have come with their own doctrine and cut all the trees in our villages. Now, our young boys and young girls, this Facebook DBS, Facebook chief priests, and the Mami water servers, they are now polluting our waters. We have lost our trees because of ignorance. Church people told us that the trees that our forefathers were worshipping were the reason why we are poor. They have cut all the trees. When those trees were there, we are buying petrol. At how much? 1 naira per liter. Now you cut the tree, we are buying petrol at 700 naira. You never carry hand to kill yourself. Ishlena frying pan making it on fire. When those trees were there, people were not dying. When I remember when I was growing up, when somebody dies at the age of 70, when ambulance is coming, we go to school and on our way we are coming back, we hear ambulance, and we discover that this person was not up to 70. Everybody will run in the bush because on weekend. Those days people were living long. Since you cut the trees, today when somebody die at the age of 45, he has tried. When our forefathers were alive, when the trees were not cut, $1 was trading at $1 to 1 naira, $1 to 2 naira, $1 to 5 naira. Since you cut the tree and brought Holy Ghost fire, $1 is equals to 1,500 naira, and it's still going. Okay, Richard 3,000. So open your eyes. This thing does not have effect. It doesn't have effect. I was telling my people to say, if I become a governor in this state, every family in their house must plant 7 trees so that we can protect our environment. Any moment from now, there will be environmental change. If you see the sun, if you see the sun that we are experiencing, we know that things are changing. We are going to be, we will melt. Dubai is better because they can generate artificial air. Here in Nigeria, we cannot even generate 2 hours electricity. Where are we going to get money to generate artificial air? Here in Nigeria, we cannot even generate what we don't, nothing. 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 Our forefathers were not serving mommy water. Those of you that are serving mommy water, you should stop. There is no power there. When you throw that cow there, it goes and it gets rotten. The more you throw it, the river will disappear. Because it becomes dirty. Just like the river in my community. I went there last Christmas. I nearly cried. One of the most beautiful rivers is gone. We are going back to our culture. Our culture is not a kwaja. We are going back to our root. Our root is not okide. You carry those things, they don't work. You carry them, you go and dump them on the street, and you are making the street dirty. The government is fighting. The government is paying people to clean the street. You are the one making the street dirty. No, bring goat. We throw it in the river. The river goddess will bless you. It doesn't, those things, our forefathers is not what they were doing. Our forefathers knew God before they brought Jesus here. That's why they had names like Chineke. Chineke, or English name. It's not an English name. For us to have that name, Chi, God, it means they had the knowledge of God already before they brought Jesus here. If you check the names, Obumneke, they knew that it's God that creates. Chukwu amaka. They know that God is very beautiful. Ogechi. Nwa Chukwu. All these Igbo names were there before they brought Jesus here. Iweke. They knew that is God that created. All these names were here in Africa. We are here in Nigeria. We are here in Igbo land before they brought Jesus. Meaning they knew God even before now. They were not serving any other thing except God. Until your mentality is open. Let me conclude by saying this. The reason why I'm saying this, when I say go back to your root, I mean go and recognize your ancestors and stop seeing them as evil. While you pray as a Christian, recognize your ancestors. Stop sending Holy Ghost fire to your parents that died. Stop sending Holy Ghost fire to your forefathers and foremothers. Recognize them in your life. A human being does not die. What dies is the flesh. The spirit lives forever and ever. Somebody tells you, for you to be blessed, you must cut yourself off. Cut yourself off from your forefathers. Change your name. Cut yourself off. If you get a tree today, a mango tree that has been bearing very beautiful mango fruits, you cut it from the root. What happens? The tree will die and stop bearing fruit. One of the reasons why many families in Africa is suffering is because you disassociated yourself. You cut yourself off your ancestors. The root is different. The tree has died and it can no longer bear fruit. I recognize my ancestors. I recognize my father. I know the love that my father had for me when he was alive. And I know that wherever he is, he still has that love for me. No one will come from anywhere and tell me your father is no longer there. Now is a spirit. The Bible says it's appointed unto man once to die, after that judgment follow. And then the same person, the same brainwashed person, will open his mouth and say, in the name of Jesus, God of Elijah, God of Jacob, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, all those people that you are mentioning and respecting, didn't they die? Jacob didn't die. Abraham didn't die. Moses didn't die. If you have to respect them and recognize their names, why won't you recognize the name of your ancestors? Go to so many churches. Churches like Anglican and Roman Catholic. You will see them naming their churches a church in Nigeria. There are people in that church that have saved that church. They have sacrificed everything they had in that church. They will donate billions in that church to build the church. After building it, they will call it St. Peter's. Peter that you didn't meet. Didn't Peter die? What is the difference between Peter and our ancestors? Why must we honor other people's ancestors and refuse to honor our own ancestors? I am asking you, answer me that question in the comment section. If you are watching this broadcast, give me your answer. Tell me your answer in the comment section. Why must you honor Peter, St. Paul? Today, people are answering St. Paul. Today, as we are speaking, people are answering St. Paul. There are churches that are called St. Paul. They have never met Paul. Paul died. He's an ancestor. Why is he being respected when those of our African ancestors are not respected? Our African ancestors are ancestral spirit. White people's ancestors are saints. And you believe because you are crazy. Because your brain is not working at all. Do you even know the character of Paul? I was fighting people that we are fighting TB Joshua the other day. Ignorant people. The TB Joshua, he was sleeping with women. TB Joshua, he beat one woman like this when he was doing deliverance. Just that. Just that. Just like that. I mean, in all the confession, I didn't hear them say TB Joshua shot anybody, TB Joshua killed anybody, TB Joshua slaughtered anybody. It's just that TB Joshua slept with me. TB Joshua slept with me. TB Joshua slept with me. Just that. And his name has been tarnished by the whites. But the same white people are respecting and promoting the name of Paul, Saint Paul. What was the character of Paul? Paul was a killer. You know what Paul was doing? Anywhere he hears that there is a preacher there, Paul will go and kill that preacher. Anywhere, these people didn't do anything to him. Just that he heard that these people are preaching the gospel, he will go and kill them. He was a killer. Today, nobody is talking about killer. That is why there are churches today in Africa called St. Paul. Upon all the crime that Paul committed, he's a saint. But TB Joshua, that did not commit any crime, is a bad person. Everybody must run away from his church. Everybody must run away from that. Because why? He's a black person. The time that black people wake up and realize that we are brainwashed, that we are slaves, everything will be okay. We are in a mess, we are in a problem. That is why it's very important for you to share this broadcast. Share it on your page. Share it on your group. Share it on your wall. So that your brainwashed brothers and sisters are going to wake up and have their lives change. If not, we are gone. We are not going anywhere. Every day, every blessed day, resources in Africa is being depleted. It's finishing. They are depleting it like no man's business. And all the money that they get from here goes to develop their country. Let me tell you this. Nigeria is one of the largest oil producing nations in the whole world. But as we speak today, our oil is almost finishing. Our oil is almost gone. In fact, a few years from now, oil will no longer hold any economy. The world is changing. Your car may not need petrol again. It may just need battery. Your house may not need generator. You may just need battery. Why people have realized that oil is finishing in Africa, they are now running to battery. Anywhere they see any mineral resources for battery, they rush. Anywhere they see copper, they are rushing. They want to finish it off. If they finish it off, where are we going? Where are we going? That's why our leaders must wake up. African leaders must wake up and unite and fight together. Don't be a saboteur. Don't allow them to use you to fight your fellow Africans. Don't allow them to use you to fight your fellow brothers and your sisters. Don't. Someone said, come and take your HH. We no longer need him. We didn't know it was a scam. It was not a scam. What is wrong in UPND government is because the man appointed people that are incompetent. But that's not why we are here. I'm here to teach you about Africa, to make you to wake up. Time will come for that. When time comes for that, we'll talk about that. May God bless you. Share the broadcast. Let people's eye open. Let our brothers and sisters in Africa wake up. I love you all. See you again on Tuesday. Remember, before I go, there are a lot of people that are using my name to scam people. They call you on video. They use my face, they call you on video. You think that you are talking to Seer and they scam you. There are a lot of people that are using my face to scam you. They send messages to you. I don't send messages to anybody. They give you prophecy on Facebook. They say, Seer one has sent me to call you. I don't do that. I have only but one means of communication. If you want to talk to me, if you want anything from me, that is the only number. Look, I've pinned it there. +234 80 20 94 35 76. This is the only number that I have. Send me a message on WhatsApp. Say, Seer one, I want you to do this for me. I want you to do that for me. When you send the message to me and you want to get a reply, go straight to the point. Don't say, how are you? Or hey, or hi. No. Seer one, I want money. I'll tell you what you need to do for you to have money. Seer one, I want marriage. I tell you what to do for you to have marriage. Seer one, I want this. Seer one, I want that. I will tell you what to do to have what you want. It's only on WhatsApp, and I only have one WhatsApp number. +234 80 20 94 35 76. There are a lot of fake Facebook pages that people are using to scam you. Lastly, I don't have any representative anywhere in the world. I don't have Zambian number. How can I be here and ask you to send me money on ATM mobile money? Why? I don't have any ATM number in Zambia. I don't have any MTN number. I don't have any foreign number in Zambia. Anyone that is chatting with you or asking to send mobile money is a criminal. Report their pages, report their accounts. If you want to talk to me, I have only but one phone number. +234 80 20 94 35 76. You send me a message there. Once you send me a message, I reply your message. May God bless you. See you again on Tuesday.